Liam lived in a small house with his father. They did not have much money, so Liam helped with everything. Every morning he carried water, chopped wood, and worked in the fields. His hands were strong from work, but his future was unclear. He often wondered if life could be different. His father worked hard, but it was not enough. Liam wanted to help more, but there were no jobs for someone his age. Sometimes he felt trapped, like there was no way to change his life. He wanted something more, but he did not know what. One evening, after finishing his chores, Liam walked through town. The streets were quiet and the air was cool. As he passed an old gym, he heard loud cheering. He stopped and looked through the window. What was happening inside? Inside the gym, two boys were fighting in a ring. They moved fast, throwing strong punches. People watched and clapped as they fought. Liam had never seen boxing before. It looked exciting and he felt something new curiosity. He stood there for a long time, watching. The boys looked powerful and confident. Liam felt a small spark inside him. Could he ever do something like that? He was strong from work, but he did not know how to fight. He wanted to learn more. The next day, Liam could not stop thinking about the fight. After work, he walked past the gym again. He stood outside, listening to the sounds of punching and people training. He wanted to go in, but he was nervous. A tall man noticed him. The man had grey hair and strong arms. He walked toward Liam and crossed his arms. "You want to come inside?" he asked. Liam hesitated but then nodded. His heart beat fast as he stepped inside. The gym smelled like sweat and hard work. Heavy bags hung from the ceiling, and boys jumped rope or hit the punching bags. In the center, two fighters practiced in the ring. Liam looked around, feeling excited but also unsure. "I'm Coach Ray," the man said. "This is my gym. Do you know how to fight?" Liam shook his head. "No, but I want to learn," he said. Coach Ray studied him for a moment. "Boxing is not just about strength. It takes discipline and patience." Liam nodded. He was ready to work hard. Coach Ray handed him a jump rope. "Start with this," he said. Liam took the rope and began jumping. He was fast, but his movements were rough. "You have strength," Ray said, "but you need control." Liam returned to the gym the next day. He did not tell his father, because he knew he would not approve. Instead, he went after work when he had time. He felt nervous but excited to learn more. Coach Ray gave him simple exercises. He made Liam run around the gym, jump rope, and do push-ups. Liam was strong, but this training was different. His muscles ached, and sweat dripped from his face. It was harder than he expected. Other boys in the gym watched him. Some of them whispered and laughed. "Look at the farm boy," one of them said. "He thinks he can box." Liam heard them, but he stayed quiet. He did not want to give up. Coach Ray saw what was happening. He walked over and looked at the boys. "Respect is important in this gym," he said. "Liam works hard. That's what matters." The boys became quiet. Liam felt a little better. After training, Liam sat on a bench, breathing heavily. His arms hurt and his legs felt weak. He had worked hard all his life, but this was different. Still, he liked the challenge. He wanted to come back tomorrow. Liam was strong from his work at home. He could lift heavy things, but boxing needed more than strength. Coach Ray taught him how to move his feet and how to balance his body. It was harder than he thought. "Boxing is about control," Ray said. "You can be strong, but if you don't move right, you will lose." Ray shook his head. "You are too stiff," Ray said. "Relax your shoulders. Move faster." Liam tried again. His punch was better, but still not good enough. Other boys watched, some with interest, some with doubt. Liam felt the pressure. He trained every evening, working on speed and control. His arms ached, but he refused to stop. He watched other fighters and learned from them. Slowly, his movements improved. One day, Ray nodded. "Better," he said. "But you still have a long way to go." Liam smiled. He knew he was not ready yet, but he was getting stronger. He was one step closer. One evening, Liam came home later than usual. His father sat at the table, waiting for him. "Where were you?" he asked. Liam hesitated. "I was at the gym," he said. His father frowned. "A gym?" his father asked. "Why are you wasting time there?" Liam took a deep breath. "I want to learn boxing," he said. "I think I can be good at it." His father shook his head. "Boxing won't put food on the table." Liam felt frustrated. "I work hard every day," he said. "I just want to try something new." His father sighed and looked at him. "You are strong, Liam, but boxing is dangerous. I don't want you to get hurt." Liam understood his father's worry, but he also knew that boxing was more than just fighting. It was a chance to change something in his life. "I won't quit," he said quietly. "I have to do this." His father didn't say anything. He just nodded and walked away. Liam knew he would have to prove himself, not only in the ring, but also to his father. He was ready for the challenge. Liam continued training every day after work. At first, he felt excited, but soon, he started to struggle. His arms were always sore, and his legs felt heavy. Boxing was harder than he expected. His punches were strong but too slow. His footwork was clumsy, and he often lost balance. When he tried to dodge, he reacted late. Other boxers in the gym were faster and more skilled. He felt like he was always behind. One night, after a difficult session, he sat alone on the bench. "Maybe I'm not good enough," he thought. The words of his father echoed in his head. "Boxing won't put food on the table." Coach Ray noticed Liam's frustration. He walked over and sat next to him. "You're working hard," Ray said, "but you need to be patient. Everyone struggles at first." Liam nodded but still felt unsure. "Strength is not enough," Ray continued. "You need control, speed, and confidence. If you really want this, keep going." Liam took a deep breath. He knew he couldn't quit now. The next day, Coach Ray decided to test Liam's determination. "You want to be a fighter?" he asked. "Then prove it. Carry these sandbags across the gym 5 times." Liam looked at the heavy sandbags. They were heavier than anything he had lifted before. But he didn't complain. He picked one up and started walking. His arms ached, but he kept moving. By the 3rd round, his legs felt weak. Sweat dripped from his forehead. His muscles burned, but he refused to stop. Other boxers watched in silence. No one expected him to finish. On the 5th round, Liam dropped the bag, breathing heavily. "That's what I wanted to see," he said. "You have heart." He was more than just a strong farm boy. He was a fighter. One evening, after training, Coach Ray called Liam over. "It's time for your first real test," he said. "Tomorrow you'll spar with Jason." Liam's stomach tightened. Jason was fast, skilled, and had been boxing for years. Liam knew this wouldn't be easy. "I'm ready," he said. But deep down, he wasn't sure. That night, he couldn't sleep. He kept thinking about the fight. What if he lost badly? What if he embarrassed himself? The doubts wouldn't go away. The next day, he stepped into the ring. The gym was silent as everyone watched. Jason smiled, relaxed and confident. "Let's see what you got," he said. The bell rang. Jason moved quickly, dodging Liam's first punch. Before Liam could react, Jason hit him with a fast jab. Liam stumbled back, already feeling the difference in skill. Liam tried to fight back, but Jason was too fast. Every time Liam threw a punch, Jason dodged and countered. Liam felt slow, like he was fighting a ghost. Jason landed a strong hit to Liam's ribs. Pain shot through his body, and he gasped for air. The crowd in the gym murmured. Liam knew he was losing. He kept trying, but his punches missed. His footwork was too slow. Jason saw an opening and landed a final punch. Liam fell to the ground. Coach Ray called the match. Liam lay there, staring at the ceiling. He had lost. Worse, he felt humiliated. As he got up, the other fighters avoided his eyes. No one laughed, but he could feel their judgment. Coach Ray put a hand on his shoulder. "It's just a lesson," he said. "Now, you know what you need to work on." Liam nodded, but deep inside, he felt defeated. For the next few days, Liam felt different. He trained, but his heart wasn't in it. His punches were weak, his steps slower. Losing had taken away his confidence. One evening, Coach Ray stopped him. "You lost once. So what?" he said. "Every fighter loses, but real fighters don't give up." Liam looked at him, thinking. Ray continued, "Jason is faster because he trained longer. You have to do the same. You're strong, but you need to be smart too. Keep training." Liam realized Ray was right. He had lost, but that didn't mean he couldn't improve. He started watching fights, studying movement, and practicing harder. He worked on his speed, dodging, and timing. Slowly, he saw progress. One night, Jason approached him. "You're getting better," he admitted. "Next time, it won't be so easy." Liam smiled. He wasn't just another beginner anymore. One day, Coach Ray gathered all the fighters in the gym. "There's a local tournament next month," he announced. "It's small, but it's a chance to prove yourself." Liam listened carefully. His heart raced. Could he compete? Ray looked directly at Liam. "I think you're ready," he said. Liam felt nervous but excited. "Me? Really?" he asked. Ray nodded. "You've worked hard. You've earned this chance." Liam thought about his first defeat. Was he really ready? Doubt filled his mind, but he remembered his training. He had gotten faster, smarter. He wasn't the same fighter anymore. The other boxers looked at him, some surprised, others impressed. Jason gave him a nod of respect. Liam felt his confidence return. He wanted to prove that he belonged in the ring. After practice, Liam stayed late, training alone. He threw punch after punch, faster and sharper. He knew this tournament was more than just a fight. It was his chance to change everything. The weeks before the tournament were intense. Liam trained harder than ever. Coach Ray pushed him to his limits. "Faster, stronger, move your feet," Ray shouted. Liam obeyed, refusing to stop. He ran every morning, even before work. His legs became stronger, his movements lighter. In the evenings, he practiced punching bags, learning speed and accuracy. Every punch had purpose. Ray also taught him strategy. Don't just attack. Watch your opponent. Wait for the right moment. Liam learned to be patient, to observe, and to react. It was more than just fighting. It was thinking. Liam's father noticed his tired eyes and sore muscles. "You're working too hard," he said. Liam only smiled. "It's worth it," he answered. He wanted his father to understand his dream. As the tournament day approached, Liam grew nervous. But he remembered his journey. Every punch, Every fall, every lesson. He was ready to give everything he had. The night before the tournament, Liam couldn't sleep. His heart raced. His mind filled with thoughts. What if he lost again? What if he disappointed Coach Ray? The fear was real. He lay in bed, staring at the ceiling. He remembered Jason's punches, the pain, the shame. But then he remembered Coach Ray's words. Real fighters don't give up. He got out of bed and started shadowboxing. His fists moved fast, his feet light. He felt the strength in his arms, the power in his body. He had worked for this. Liam looked at himself in the mirror. His face was serious, his eyes focused. He was not the same boy who first walked into the gym. He was stronger, smarter, and more determined. He took a deep breath. "I can do this," he whispered. For the first time, he truly believed it. He went back to bed, his mind calm. Tomorrow he would fight for his dream. The day of the tournament arrived. The gym was packed with people. Liam stood backstage, his heart pounding. He could hear the crowd cheering. It felt unreal. Coach Ray tightened his gloves. "Stay calm. Remember your training," he said. Liam nodded, trying to control his breathing. He looked around, searching for a familiar face. Then, he saw his father standing in the crowd. Liam's chest tightened. His father didn't smile, but he was there. It meant more to Liam than any trophy. The crowd cheered as Liam walked to the ring. He climbed through the ropes, feeling the floor under his feet. It was solid, real. There was no turning back. His opponent was taller, with quick eyes and fast feet. Liam's hands felt heavy, but he shook the fear away. The bell rang. It was time to fight. In the first round, Liam felt the pressure. His opponent was fast and confident. He moved around Liam, throwing quick punches. Liam struggled to keep up. He tried to hit back, but his punches missed. The crowd watched closely, whispering to each other. Was Liam going to lose again? Coach Ray shouted from the corner. "Focus. Watch his movements." Liam took a deep breath, blocking out the noise. He remembered his training patience and control. In the second round, he adjusted his stance. He moved his feet quicker, dodging punches. He watched his opponent, waiting for the right moment. His eyes were sharp, focused. Then, he saw an opening. His opponent dropped his guard for a second. Liam threw a quick punch, landing it perfectly. The crowd gasped. Liam felt his confidence grow. In the third round, Liam felt his energy returning. His punch had landed, and his confidence grew. He started moving faster, his body relaxed but focused. He was in control. His opponent looked surprised. He wasn't expecting Liam to fight back. Liam watched his movements carefully, waiting for another chance. Coach Ray shouted, "Stay calm, don't rush." Liam kept his guard up, dodging punches with quick steps. His opponent grew frustrated, attacking more aggressively. But Liam didn't fall for it. He kept his distance, using his footwork. Then, he saw it a small mistake. His opponent's guard dropped again, just for a moment. Liam moved fast, throwing a strong punch to the body. It connected perfectly. His opponent staggered, his balance shaken. Liam followed up with another punch, faster and sharper. The crowd roared. Liam was fighting like a real boxer now. Liam continued to push forward, his movements confident and precise. His punches were strong, but now they were also smart. He wasn't just attacking, he was strategizing. His opponent tried to fight back, but Liam's defense was solid. He blocked and dodged, conserving his energy. Coach Ray's voice echoed in his mind. Wait for the right moment. In the final round, Liam saw his chance. His opponent was tired. his punches slower. Liam stepped in and delivered a powerful combination left, right, uppercut. It was perfect. His opponent fell to the ground, his body hitting the canvas hard. The referee began to count. The crowd held their breath. Liam stood back, his heart pounding. Had he done it? At the count of 10, his opponent stayed down. The referee raised Liam's hand. "Winner," he announced. The gym erupted in cheers. Liam had won. His first real victory. Liam stood in the ring, his arms raised. The lights were bright, the cheers loud. It felt like a dream. He looked around and saw Coach Ray smiling proudly. "You did it," Ray shouted. Liam's eyes searched the crowd until he found his father. His father stood still, his face serious. But then, slowly, he nodded. It was a small gesture, but it meant everything to Liam. After the match, people came up to congratulate him. Jason was the first. "Good fight," he said, shaking Liam's hand. There was no jealousy, only respect. They were equals now. Coach Ray patted him on the back. "You earned this," he said. "But this is just the beginning. You have more potential." Liam felt a rush of excitement. If this was just the start, what more could he achieve? As they left the gym, Ray mentioned something surprising. There were scouts watching today. They're looking for young fighters. If you keep training, who knows what's next? Liam's eyes widened. His dream was growing bigger. When Liam arrived home, his father was waiting. They sat in silence for a moment, the air heavy with unspoken words. Finally, his father spoke. "You fought well today." Liam looked up, surprised. "You saw?" he asked. His father nodded. "I didn't understand it before, but I see it now." "You're serious about this?" His voice was calm, but sincere. Liam took a deep breath. "I want to be more than just a farm boy. I want to fight. I want to prove myself." His father's face softened. "Your mother would be proud," he said quietly. For the first time, Liam saw tears in his father's eyes. They sat together. No more words needed. It was an understanding, a bridge between them. Boxing wasn't just a sport. It was Liam's way to a better life. His father stood up. "If this is what you want, then do it right. Train hard, fight smart, and never give up." Liam's heart swelled. He had his father's support. Now nothing could stop him. The next day, Liam returned to the gym, his head held high. He wasn't just training for fun anymore. He had a purpose, a vision of his future. He was fighting for more than just a trophy. Coach Ray greeted him with a nod. "Ready to work?" Liam grinned. "Always." They started training, harder and faster than before. Liam's punches were sharper, his movements quicker. Jason joined him, offering to be his sparring partner. They practiced together, pushing each other to improve. There was no rivalry, only respect. They were both fighters. Weeks later, a letter arrived. It was from a regional boxing tournament. "We saw your fight. We want you to compete," the letter read. Liam's hands shook with excitement. His dream was growing. He looked at his father, who simply smiled. "Go show them what you can do," his father said. Liam nodded, his eyes burning with determination. This was just the beginning. His fight was far from over.